Mother, thank you for taking care of me. I'm a bad girl. Sorry, Mother. I will be a good girl next time. I promise to perform better. It was like Spanish over what? And the mother had gone to school, and he found the teacher removing the coat. And he was removing the coat and was about to give the child what? The sticks for writing vorongoto. But the child had sense in what she was writing. She had it at heart. She has been writing like that. When I sat with the mother, she had emotional challenges and was about to abort this child because she was at Makerere. And she realized the boyfriend that had impregnated her was a drug addict. In that distress, she tried abortion. She failed. After giving birth, she got a boyfriend who was then her husband. She took the child, as soft as the baby was, even with challenges of pregnancy, and took the baby to grandmother. She grew up there with no mother love. There was only milk. Yes, grandmothers can, but she was an old woman, just with a maid. Do you think a maid can give the child all? No. And alas, the child was at one of the best schools because the guy was rich. So this was the girl. Do you see what we face? So, to the mother, she was about to hurt the child. She had blocks. Emotionally, she was affected, and the emotions turned to the baby, and the baby became that girl with this type of handwriting. Are we together? So emotionally, empathy can go down, and we are bound to cause dangers, to kill others, to hurt ourselves, to destroy things because we are hurt. And this is for all of us. You have had people driving and knocking, but he's able to see. He's not focusing because he is affected here. We are going to learn to give each other therapy. In Vanyankore, we give a hug. Madam, come. When you meet someone, whether she's eating or not, she will stand up. All this is therapy. And it's like, ha, murara mutta, yeah. And it's like, wow. What are we doing? We are shaking these hands, but this is my right hand, this is his right hand, and the chest is receiving the therapy. The chest is socially connecting. Amasanyalaze, empewo is being what? And the person comes down. When children hurt each other, what do you say? Say sorry. When they are girls, not girl and boy these days. When they are girls, they're like, give yourselves a what? When a child performs well, what do you say to the class? A pat on your, oh, please, like this. Do you know what you are waking up? For this child to feel socially good. Like, wow, I've been appreciated. When there are disputes and people are getting connected, what do? We shake five. Okay. So, because we are waking up what is sleeping. We are waking up what is sleeping. And what is that? What did we say that? The empathy. Did you know that language is another sensory organ? language. How many of you are from the north? How many of you speak Acholi? Oh, yeah. Okay. The rest keep quiet. We are going to talk. Yeah. Aha, kopango. Ario. Amalipat. Mia pi. Aha. Okay. Mia kopi. Teacher, mia kopi. Okay. All right. Have you made sense out of what we are saying? You are not actually. If you understood, it means you have heard about it. You can make sense. But others, be frank, have you made sense? It was? Okay. How many people are coming from Teso land? Teso. Yeah. Hey, ebiaibo. Aha, ebiakato nyanyamu. You see, others, are you making sense out of our language? Aha. Okay. How many of you are from the central, that is Luyaye language? All we know, we can make business out of that. Not Luyaye, but we can mingle there. But from the west, Banyakole bachiga banyoro batoro, we can hear. Aha. Hey, imwe bantu mwe murara je? Muri yo muta. Akasinya buta tokatatora kasata siro takakata gakoza katahata kata. Hey. Now they are about people who are about to say, Aishi, this is sheshe. You only hear sheshe, shasha, sho. Is there any Munyarwanda? Where are they? Bite bjao. People. Bite bjao. Okay, omezote. Oraho. Namahoro. Very good. But all in all, we want to make sense out of what one is saying, and you are not making sense. Language is a sensory organ. It allows to connect social with others so that we are able to move on. Otherwise, someone is speaking another language, you are speaking another, you will say, come here, and he goes. Even by action, someone can say this. It can mean stop. Other one is say hello. Another one is come here, but he just does this. And you are like, this man only does this, but it's like the kindest way of greeting you. I like, ayagala kunkuba, and you start packing. No. We have to make use of what? And if you can't, ask that person, what did you mean? So that you make sense. So are you discovering that the senses are many? Empathy and language have been added. But also equilibriocentrism, that is the sense of balance. You've seen people balance on wires. Ride, balance on a small thing, and someone rides a van to cross the river. It's because they can. Not every. Tochigeza. At times they say, don't try this at home. Don't you think so? Others do. You see someone land and you're like, yeah, I can fly. And you see someone coming to do what? To land. You try it again. But that person has either practiced or his body is able. So children with autism, some of them can use their bodies to balance, like Messi the footballer. Have you seen him? Yes. When he's playing and you want to kick him, there is a way he falls and he moves on. There is a way he will turn around and he continues. And he will be moving as if you think you can, he looks at you, but he's dribbling. Because his ability to match with whatever, his senses are in the feet. They are concentrating here, but he's looking at you and he's dribbling. And in no time you are like, you'll not score. For him, he's just kicking. You are not looking at the ball, you are looking at him. He's teasing you with this other part, the sensory organ of his own balance. He's scoring the ball. He's autistic. He's one of the special children. Hey. And some of you admire, like, I wish my boy could be like Messi. Yes. Have you seen that we are not all normal but ordinary? Did you know that he's a wonderful footballer with challenges? When he doesn't score, he has his field in which he will punish himself and try that goal he failed like 100 times. Did you know that? He can take himself to a punishment room in his house to give himself chiboko while he let others down. Special needs. The body is like a river. And in this river, the water is flowing gently, like we started, okay? But let's think about River Nyamwamba or Bwaise. Huh? With a lot of silt. Okay, river. You remember that the other time at Katonga, when it rained and the water came and broke the bridge, and the bridge collapsed. It wasn't the water. But there was blockage. There was what? And because of this blockage, the bridge had to be, there was a lot of movement. But the movement of water was blocked somewhere here, and eventually the bridge that was crossing, helping people to cross over, had a blocks, okay? And eventually, this one side got down. Where does water go when it is blocked from its way? Where does it go? What do we call that process? What do we call that process where water forces itself because its way has been blocked? It has two types of words. Water is moving, but it finds blockage, and it moves this side or the other side. What do we call that? Diversion. She has tried. She has said diversion. What do you have? Who said flooding? Flooding. Someone has flooding. And another one? Another one? Diversion, you have a sweet. Flooding, you have a sweet. What else? One more. One more. One more? Huh? Stagnant. I'll give you a sweet because I've not had you since morning. For participating, stagnant. Yes. Channeling, that is where there is a channel. Yes, that is diversion. And the water will burst its banks. One SST teacher had it. The water will burst its banks, hence flooding and causing havoc. So the people in the neighborhood will find trouble. So when this energy is moving and it is diverted and it is blocked, it will cause flooding. And it will not be safe with the people in the neighborhood, okay? So when the chest is blocked and you have hurt me, I will not think twice. Do you know why? because my head is blacked out. So the neurotransmitters are telling me, continue, use your energy, and I will come and what? That is the fighting we see in class, among the staff, in our houses. The body wants to regulate itself. The river must continue flowing. So if it can't flow directly, it will find its way somewhere. So when we throw the blow or the slap, you feel like, hey, nakwa, wampuram, ompulide. And after that, do you know what happens? You come down. Thank you. Like, hey. Even someone comes and say, wow, mano muade. Eh? You have done it. But you've done it the other way around. Because it was rapid. It was what? There was no systematic way of coming down. And fighting and quarreling is an exercise for the body to regulate. Yes. Eh? Who is quarrelsome here? Who is quarrelsome? When we are talking about sanguines and cholerics and melancholics and all that, you can't miss out a quarrel, except in a phlegmatic, okay? But a sanguine will help herself for himself, because you're like, I'm the hakariabo wanyu. What would I say? You've seen people do that. Then after they come down, you have used the chest. You have used the body. You are sweating. You are even breathing hard. You are using the air, empewo, to breathe in and nourish your brain. But you will have poured out what? Because you are doing it, the exercise is being done in a very rapid way, which is negative. Are we together? So, we instead of quarreling, talk about it amicably. Say, yeah, it wasn't right. Or use a punching bag so that you reduce on the energy. So your wife, your husband, the child is not a punching bag. Calm down when you cannot manage it, okay? Breathe in and out so that your body is a little bit cool. Keep it if you cannot say it there and then, but me, I will not keep it. But I know how to say it out now. Yeah, the other time, I would wake him at 2. Master, wake up, we have to talk. I'm not very happy with you because how can you leave me for football? You know, I'm also a coach. I'm even a support of Arsenal. And then you leave me behind. Do you have another woman you have to go with? You know, that is not fair. And you're like, yeah. Or when he comes there and there, he's like, binabinyindo bidaba. Asanga ngabiringe bya Volkswagen. Ngabikuba indicator. Then he knows. Then he will say, no, Gambachi. Then he sits down. Ningambachi. Shia. Nyowenka kushwerwangu. Oijori byo kulia shamkaga. Do you have to eat at midnight? Where have you been? If I was to be beaten, Bambe, thank you, God, for giving me a phlegmatic. I would be very, very, very damaged in the because. But after that, he would tell me, like if it is still early, after my quarrel, he tells me, can we go for football? Because he knows that is what will calm me down. Yeah. And then when we come back, from football, he sees me like, goal number 1. Yeah! And he's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, man! Woo! Hey, we have scored. And when we go home, I'm like, okay, Master, I'm very sorry for shouting at you. Even when he's the one in a mistake. Yeah, sometimes you make me, I am apologizing, but I'm even quarreling again. You! But I'm not not alone. I'm not alone. I am bringing... because I want to regulate myself to move on. If I keep my anger, I will get ulcers. Eh? If I don't air it out, I'll have ulcers. So there are people who have kept it and have died quietly. Aponye the rich from Kaval, he died a miserable way. He had many problems to solve, yet he had a lot of money coming his way. But he couldn't contain it because of this. Men, now today I'm going to help you to live longer, okay? Men, please help me put a chart for me. This is very interesting. I told you it is not only for. This one is general happiness. Is it lunchtime? Okay, let me finish this cover. I've been told it is lunch. Can we first eat so that we hear this? Eh? I first tell you. Men. Okay. Have you ever heard people saying that men are a weaker sex? That men are a weaker sex? Kindly, you've heard people talk about it. And you are still, someone is still in denial. No, because it's like I'm not a weaker sex. Yes, you may. Really, men are strong, yes? So that doesn't make you a stronger sex. You are physically strong. There is this saying I read on social media. Someone said, an army man can meet every challenge. He can go deep down the submarine. Eh? He can go in space and fight. He can be on land. He can meet crocodiles. He can meet snakes. They even reach the extent of eating themselves where there's no food. They look for the fat one. They start with that one. They kuchoma you to survive, okay? But one thing weakens a soldier. What is that thing? One creation weakens a soldier. It is a what? Clap for yourselves if you've had. One thing like this, a woman will put the army guy down. The one that carries guns, the guns will be there. You. Huh? One person was giving a testimony. He was a reverend in our area. He said for him, he had no fear or favor for Amin Dada, the president, as difficult as he was. Eh? Anyway, it wasn't Amin, but like the bodyguard of Amin. You know, of course, the character and the respect was the same. Let's say like a major general, right? Or a brigadier. And this man fell in love, I swear, of all women in Ankore. He fell in love with someone's wife, the Afande's wife. And he was like, yeah. The woman wasn't expecting the husband. He knew he has gone like to Karamoja and they were still there. But things of the army are just abrupt. It came to be like they were taken to Simba Battalion in Barara. And this man was like, let me first dash home. Eh? Dashing home. The Reverend was there. Ngakatuyoba musimura, hallelujah. The game was up. And the jeeps were there surrounding the home. And like, hey. Just the woman was about to take the Reverend down. He wasn't the Reverend then. Eh? It's why he ran to go and study so that he gets saved. The woman had nowhere to hide him, but in a store of what? Of guns. You know that what, like top secret, eh? Katechechi box echo. It was half full. And nigashiringa sanduko. That's where he covered the man. Chali munyumba. Little did she know, or he know, that actually their fund has been told, actually, mundu zemulinayo muzijeyo. So, as the man was put there, the Reverend is there. The man was like, yeah, kadogo, nani, kuja, endelea huko kwa store, mutoe hiyo, machine gun, hiyo kwa box, yeah. You know, to die when you arrive. Yeah? You die yet you feel yourself, as in you are dying is physically and emotionally, but you still can hear. That is what happened to the gentleman. So, amidst that, the woman still, a woman, you people who don't fear women, they are very strong. Because they are multitask. The woman had nothing to do. She was like, hey, darling, Ibichi. And this one had called from the bedroom. And she knew she was going to do what? Like, let me first get this. And in the corridor, she was like, aye! As she slid and fell like, so the Afandes that were about to pick the guns carried her to the car, and the father also moved. Mwana, tugende mudwaliro, wacha tuwanje, tuchukue mama watoto wangu huko kwa hospitali, and what? And in the middle of that, she left the kagunde, akakondonga. Of course, it wasn't closed for the Reverend to sneak out. He skipped the walls in pants and went to seek for God's help. Hallelujah! So, men, why are you a weaker sex? It is just simple. Money, woman versus what? So, we were all created in God's image biblically, and but God had to devise means. The one he created last, he made her stronger because she had duties. She had what? And he said, because we came as helpers. We came as what? So, man, this is your brain. A man is very smart, okay? Thanks be to God, say amen. Very smart. Your brain is very organized, categorically organized. So men have projects. They have what? A project, every project is kept in every box. As you grow up, you start building, as in projects. So you open your mind for every project, and each one in its own box, as you see them there. For example, buying land, constructing, or since I'm a teacher, I'm in staff quarters, I have to utilize that space of staff quarters, and I first get omwagalwa, my lady, my love, my rib. Okay, so that's a project. You are putting it there. 3, you have given birth to children, school fees. School fees. And there is also, side dish. Yes! And all of them put there. So that's why I was saying, as you are asking for something from a man, just take it easy. Give him a chance. Because he has already put different projects here. We have said land, we have said wife, we have said building, we have put children, there is a sick mother. Siblings need school fees. Their in-laws, they have to take care of them. And so every project that comes your way, you do what? You open and keep. You open and keep. So when the woman is asking for money for hair, you're like, okay, let us see. And you seal. Why? Because of meager resources, you want to first go and organize yourself so that you create that space and that money. You were planning it for construction, but you have to cut it because you have to make, socially, you want to make her happy. She's your wife. Then from there, you either, as a phlegmatic, you keep quiet. But when things pile up and you don't find solutions, now the blocks start piling up here, okay? In the chest. The blocks start piling up. And eventually, when you can't find all the solutions, that's why you start hearing people going to Butabika, going to the rehabilitation centers. Why? As a man, you don't want to be ashamed by telling others. You keep it to yourself. And everything, you keep putting on top of the other. Whatever comes, you pile up. Whatever comes, you pile up. Eventually, you will find that there is no more space for you. And your transmitters will tell you, take your life. Vawano. Suicide is the permanent solution to problems. So go for it. Ani agenda okubanja nga wafudde. Taliwo. So suicide. Sibagambye mugendeyo. I'm telling you how things happen, okay? Don't commit suicide. Because there is a solution that you can tell your friend that you trust most, because he's also a man. And he will say, when you are telling him, he will say, by the way, nange mbadde nkiyitamu. That's why counselors are there. That's why religious people are there. And they are providing counseling. It's okay. Chite, it's all right. God is there. You'll be fine. You'll make it. And you go upright. You continue and you reduce on the what? On the blocks. Do you know why you are a weaker sex? Because you don't shed tears. Good. Please start. Teacher, please start. You don't shed tears. You are not emotional. imagine you've lost someone very dear to you. Then otandika okuwoloma wolololo senga jangola be mama afudde wololo. Will you do that? Will you do that? Because as the head of family, everyone will be coming to you for comfort. And you stay there. Naye kati kisigala kikola ki kikunyiga. So get a time to go in the bedroom and get a pillow, hide your head there and cry out. Or just go in your car. Someone is finding it hard. Get a boda. Mutwala kulekengeri. Settle down and pour out your tears. You will nourish your brain and focus. Or exercise. Or talk about it. Have you heard, I like Baganda. They hire people to cry. Yes. They cry to the extent that they cry even when they don't know who has died. Because Mugambia yafudde muwala owo mulenzi. And I tell her, mulenzi. Yafudde nnyo. Bannange, omwana nafa. N'atulwala. Because yafudde ki? Yabadde alwadde ki? Kikyo kyamuse. For them, they want to motivate you, to stimulate you so that you also cry. Like on TikTok, you hear someone laughing, and you're also enticed to cry. Because all stress, or laughter and crying are all emotions. You can cry and do what? And shed tears. And you can laugh and also shed tears. So when men find it hard, run and watch football. There you can shout, you can do what? Shake five with friends, and you come back home when you come. You know, you hear like there are many cases of, these days there are very many cases of mental illness. And they are there in Butabika because of COVID. Not because they were sick, but they couldn't contain it. To hear all the words at home, yet they didn't have solutions to them. He's been working, he's been stopped all of a sudden. And he's at home, kids are coming. Daddy, my shoe is torn. Daddy, sina pads. Daddy, tetulina mugati. Daddy, tetulina food. Ne mommy comes, banange emmere tell you, but you don't have where to get it. Go to Butabika. You look at men and you feel like crying because they didn't have where to cry to. They didn't have where to cry to. But this is how the brain of the man is. So please try to exercise, talk about it, cry. Yeah, take it easy. But don't fight. Just exercise, okay? Then for women, abachala, jemuli. Women. Abachala. Clap yourselves just with your feet. Have you seen women? Men. Mujja basonyiwa, mubasaasire era mubeesaasire. How many of you know computer? Okay. But just look there. Eh? The central processing unit and all that. Eh? There are many wires connecting. Eh? And eventually they are producing wonderful work here. That is who a woman is. Hmm? Every wire is connecting to the other. Some of you are here, but actually you have come because you had to come. Some of you have left sick babies. Others have babies. Others, you have seen the pregnant one coming. Others, the husbands are away. Others, you were supposed to go to the club, muchibina, or wewoleyo center, or mu bank. All those wires are connecting. Even when you're here, you are connecting home. Yes? Because we are multitasked. Naye osobola okubaawo bw'oti nga tolina kikuyamba. So God thought of making man by joining of the what? But he made this woman be able to cry. So it is your beauty to cry. It is your healthy measure to cry. Men, when they cry, give them a crying shoulder. Pastor, give them a crying shoulder to cry on. The whites usually say, it's okay, you cry on, you cry on, you cry on. It's all right. Because they know if this woman or this child does not cry, they will be so deeply emotional or depressed. So you have a right to cry. Teacher DJ, please give us some lunch music so that these people digest properly. Thank you for this session.